Hey everybody, it's windy out here, but I'm gonna talk anyway. My name is Sarah, I'm the Real Simple Mama. I'm starting some more plant content here on my YouTube channel, and I wanna show you about a really cheap, easy, fun, and profitable little thing that you can do with your kids called having a bean teepee. Hey everybody, so the light's in my face and it's windy and it's all kinds of insanity, but that's how we do it here at Real Simple Mama. So my kids and I have been gardening for years, but this year we really wanted to get into a lot more food producing plants. And this is something that, you know how we are. We find something online or like on Pinterest and it's like, that's too much work and I may never do that, but I'm gonna save it anyway and have it in the back of my mind. So I wanted to show you this. It's really cheap, it's really easy. And so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna flip the camera and show you about how we made a bean teepee. And then over the summer, I'll be able to put another progress video so you can see. So what you're looking at is the bean teepee that we just set up today. And so I want you to ignore this pot here. This is sunflowers that we're going to thin out, and that's nasturtiums. But there are 6 pots here that are from a group of, or a mix of different bean seeds. And obviously a bean seed is just a dried bean, right? So we bought this packet of seeds. It was really cheap. You can see the literal packet that we got as an affiliate link down in the video description if you want to get some. Obviously they've sprouted really well for us. We had probably like a 98% success rate. So what we did is we used, and I'm going to tell you how to do it like the cheapest way possible. So we started with, these are nursery pots that we've saved from other things. We filled them with potting soil, not the really expensive great stuff, but not topsoil either. It's ideal if you can mix compost or something else in. So that's what we used. And then we started about 9 seeds in each pot. Or 9 beans, right? And then we watered them, we kept them protected, we made sure that squirrels weren't digging around in them. And so now we've got all of these different bean plants starting in each of these pots. Once they were this tall to where you can tell they've got those little runners, they're looking for something to start growing on, we were ready for our teepee. So for this teepee, we chose to use 6 of these bamboo poles. And these bamboo poles we got at Lowe's. They're super, super cheap. This whole project probably cost like 30 bucks. And what we did is we tied them up at the top, just that tie. So we tied them up at the top, and then what we did is we placed the pots about where we wanted them to be. And I'll go ahead and move this guy out of the shot. We moved the pots where we wanted them to be. Now we want to do this so that eventually the bean plants are going to grow up and towards each other and create a whole bunch of shade. So literally my kids can sit in here and like read a book. So we left a doorway, which you can see right here. There's an opening for the door. You can do this with as many as like 12 or 14 bean pots if you want to. We just did with 6 because this is our experiment year. So we cinched them at the top. We chose to put each of the poles actually in the bean pot. We figured that would be better to help them grab on when they're younger. I'm gonna get out of my shot. So then we arranged them and moved things around and adjusted it so it was even. But then I was thinking these bamboo poles are pretty smooth and I want these guys to not be sliding down as they're trying to like grow up in vines. So we used some more of this twine, this outdoor twine, and I started it at one end over there and we went around one level and then we came up and looped around. And you can see we did a loop as we went around each. It's super windy here, so I know we're gonna have to come back and like slide the twine around and put it where we want it. But that's just gonna kind of help the plants when they're in between, or helping them just because, like I said, the bamboo poles themselves are really slick. So then over time, the bean plants are going to start growing up and not only creating shade, but now we've got like a vertical trellis. We're also growing zucchini, watermelon, and pumpkins. And there are ways that you can grow all of those guys vertically. The challenge, of course, if you think about it, watermelons and pumpkins can weigh upwards of 10 pounds each. So you make like a little hammock or something to hold them. But otherwise, we've got probably close to 40 bean plants here. Again, this is our first year. We're experimenting it. We wanted to do it really, really cheap, and we're not putting anything in the ground in this house anymore, as we're hoping to move in the next year or 2. So I will let you know over time how this goes. But the goal is, again, we're vertically farming. We're not putting anything in the ground. It's really cheap. It's nothing permanent, right? You're not digging up your property or anything like that. And it's going to be something that's just fun for my kids because now they're going to be able to sit in there. We can harvest beans from the inside and from the outside. I'll give a couple more tips really quickly. So like I said, you can look up different seeds or a mix of different types of bean plants that you want to grow. Of course, you don't want to skimp on the soil. So we got like a mid-grade level, like outdoor potting soil. Again, you don't want just basic topsoil. Topsoil doesn't have any nutrients in it. Sometimes topsoil, you'll even find like pieces of trash and stuff in it. But we didn't want to use something really expensive and really dense like an indoor houseplant potting soil. We will be fertilizing them once they're ready to start flowering. The other thing is I'm in zone 8B. If you're in the United States and you don't know what zone you live in, you can go to USDA.gov and just type in your zip code and it'll tell you where you are. That makes a lot of sense for you figuring out like, okay, well, what can I plant and when? For example, we want to do a whole bunch of leafy greens like spinach, kale, things like that. This is not the time of year for us to plant those things. It would be a waste of time. They would just fry and die out here in the Texas summer. Super fun project. It's really easy. Again, all you need is just reuse some pots, buy a pack of seeds or a pack of, bean plants that, it's less than $5, I think, $5 or $6 maybe. And we didn't even use the whole bag. So we could do this multiple times or save the seeds for another year. You've got the twine. You need a pair of scissors. Come on. And then, like I said, we used 6 8-foot bamboo poles. You can use all kinds of things, right? You could use garden stakes. You can use like the cow wire or rabbit wire, all different kinds of things. But we're hoping this is going to be something that's, of course, productive, that makes food for our family. But it was also really fun and just kind of cute to look at. So let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.